More on Elon Musk. Remember, he first introduced the concept of the hyperloop about 5 years ago, and ever since then, it's inspired a number of competitors, including our next guest. Joining us now, TransPod co-founders Ryan Janzen and Sebastien Gendron. All right, guys, you say cheaper, faster version of the hyperloop. You're the CTO. How does it work?
Well, so it's actually, the TransPod system is like a spacecraft that's built like a jet, and it operates like a train. So it's carrying passengers in rows of seats between cities at over 700 miles per hour.
Above ground, underground?
Above ground and underground, depending on the hills.
Now, the way I understood the hyperloop is it was explained like the old air hockey thing, right? You've got a cushion of air, boom, you hit it, and it goes zoom at a certain speed. Is there something different about the TransPod version of the hyperloop?
We have some key new innovations to make it work. And so that's partly getting the physics right and getting the business case right. And it's not doing the engineering and business separately, but you have to do it holistically. So we have the whole thing, the TransPod system, designed from the ground up to make it a long-term success.
You know, Sebastien, the idea for the hyperloop is about, what, 5 decades old? I mean, there was some writings on this a long time ago. So it's coming to fruition, perhaps. How much involvement do you need, though? It's got to be a lot of government regulations, a lot of you know, investor money needs to be made there. How do you get investors to put money into your program when it appears that Elon Musk has a pretty good head start?
So he had a good start, and on our side, we kind of improved the overall business case. So we have today a better value proposition. It's a 5-year plan, 3 to 5 year plan. Our objective is really to get the certification by 2023, 2025, so ready for commercialization. And by the time the first line is built, we expect to get the first ticket before 2030.
2030, people will be able to get a ride. What would the first destination be?
There's several routes we're looking at, some in the US, the same as the one Musk is looking at, actually between Washington and New York could be one of those. Actually, New York, Chicago could be a good one too as well, New York, Toronto too. So several routes, and the last one we've been working on as well is in Canada, between Calgary and Edmonton. And we are in quite a good shape to start this one as a first one.
You've been raising money for the project?
Yes, private money.
How much have you raised so far?
So today we've raised 15 million from an Italian investors in Europe, and we are in good shape to raise an additional 50 by end of this year.
What happens to the human body at 700 miles an hour?
Well, it's really like when you're on a jet and you're on the runway.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
you feel pressed into your seat just a little bit. And so with the TransPod system, it just lasts a little bit longer. So you're just getting up to that high speed. And so we have some innovations to make it a more comfortable ride.
The propulsion here, is this a liquid fuel? Is it electricity? What's going to power this? Because you know, we just did a segment on aircraft and the CO2 emissions, right? What's going to power this? You keep mentioning it's like a jet on a train track. Will it be fossil fuels? What I would imagine it would have to be to get that kind of thrust.
It's actually electrically powered, and it uses magnetic fields to get up to that speed.
Like the maglev technology that we've seen almost, I guess, perfected more recently in China, that kind of thing?
Yes, and so we have some key new innovations to make it work better than that.
So you guys are confident, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, do me a favor, keep us up to breast. Elizabeth McDonald says she'll do some of your first testing.
Yeah, with you.
and I'll
bring the donuts.
I'll definitely want to check it out. If it's ready in 2030, I'll be ready too. Gentlemen, great stuff. Really appreciate it. We love innovation. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.